Hi guys, how are you? I'm doing great. If you want a personal, emails in the description, alright? I'm good guys, it's just this portion of shadow work I'm in is hitting me fucking heavy. Okay, but anyway, let's keep going. What is the message for the collective today? Already, first card. That's great. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. What else? Some of you need... And darkness is a good thing, right? But you gotta... There's a form of darkness you're in that is not good, right? You need to begin to climb your way out of it. I'm seeing that climbing out of a dark hole imagery again, okay? There has to be a balance of understanding towards yourself, right? I think there's a portion of you who you're not soft enough within your being, right? You're just not soft enough on what spirit is trying to show you at this time. There's something about being a little bit too entrenched in the hardened darkness that you harbor inside, okay? What's this High Priestess reverse? Yeah, there has to be balance, okay? Without this balance, and again, I feel like the balance is like, there has to be some acknowledgement of like being kinder or softer to yourself, right? It's almost like if you're too soft or too kind, you're not gonna face the shadow. But then it's like if you're too harsh on the shadow, you're not gonna face the softer aspects that you need to heal within, right? Because shadow work is not simply just, oh my God, I'm a dick, right? You gotta reflect on the compassion of things that happen to you that cause you to be the way that you are, okay? Because right now you're handling shadow work in the Emperor reverse. It's like a sense of just kind of dictatorship over your spiritual shift, right? And you are a dictator of your spiritual shift. But, you know, dictators usually ass. They're usually mean. They're usually harsh from what we've learned, from what they've taught us, right? Okay. What's this Emperor reverse? Yeah. See, Emperor reverse, the Knight of Cups reverse. There's a childlike aspect within you need to touch. There's an angry teenager aspect within you need to touch. But you cannot touch it when you lack compassion towards self, right? Now understand, compassion towards self does not mean make excuses for everything. I think some people get that twisted, right? It does not mean make excuses for the way you are. It means acknowledge why you are the way you are and understand that certain things were out of your hands. But what is in your hands now is the responsibility to heal those things. All right? What's this Ace of Cups reverse? There's a sense of some of you, whether male or female, you need to get in touch with the feminine side of yourself, okay? Because we both carry feminine and masculine. Some of you need to get in touch with your feminine side when it comes to your shadow work. You need to implement that. Feminine side is usually what known as softer, more understanding type energy, right? Healing. Some of you need to implement the femininity into your shadow work, okay? That's the only way you're going to be able to tap into the depths of the childhood trauma, tap into the depths of the teenage anger, the betrayal you felt, the things that happened that were out of your hands, the things that caused you to be a liar, the things that caused you to be a cock, right? The things that caused you to be this angry person. Yes, take responsibility for it, but use that feminine aspect to really understand why. You know what I mean? Take the time to cry about it. Take the time to acknowledge it. Feel the anger. This is going back to yesterday. There's certain things you have not addressed within. And maybe this is just stemming from, maybe you have addressed it, but you addressed it with that masculine shadow work aspect. Like, okay, get the fuck over it. Fix this. No, you need to really sit and think about it and take it in. All right? What's the sun of Christ? Okay, without a full understanding or acknowledgement of, okay, let me start over. If you continue to only go into shadow work with a masculine type authority, you're going to miss a big part. You're going to miss a big lesson. You're going to miss a big energetic shift that is needed in order for you to conquer this shadow. You're going to always kind of be topsy-turvy within. You're never going to really find that balance until you do combine your feminine and masculine within your shadow work, right? Do you understand? I'm kind of out of it, guys. You just being super hard and super dark and super like authoritative, whatever the fuck, super masculine in your shadow work. It's not, it's doing great, but it's time to soften it, right? It's time to soften the blow upon yourself, okay? Personally, I don't think when it comes to shadow work, there's nothing really too harsh about it, but that's where balance comes in. There has to be a moment where you are hard and soft and gentle and then hard again. You know what I mean? But there is such thing as being too soft. And that's when you become a victim of the things that happen to you. That's when you start making excuses. That's that, okay, I think I see what's happening here. There's certain people that do shadow work with too much feminine energy, and there's certain people that do shadow work with too much masculine. Do you understand? This is what I'm getting right now. I don't know. The people that do with too much feminine energy, they do the shadow work of, oh, I let people take advantage of me. I let people do this. I let people do that. They never look at the parts of them that suck, right? With the masculine, that people that focus on shadow work with more masculine energy, they're just like, I suck, I do this, I do that, I'm a liar, right? But they don't look at what happened to make them that way. Are we getting it? Okay. What's this? Ooh. What's this? Eight of Pentacles. You're working very hard to achieve this level of sovereignty, of being one within, one with your shadow, but there's a delay. Do we know what the delay is by now throughout this reading so far? I think we do. What's this hanging in reverse? What's that? See, it's also showing, yeah, eventually you will be free. You will be free if you continue on this harsh, the journey of shadow work without without the compassion part, without the understanding part, without the feminine side that we've been talking about, you will free yourself, right? But there's always going to be this Eight of Cups reverse. You're going to always kind of slip back into bad habits. You're going to kind of always be confused. You know what I mean? Confused within the frequency, right? It's because certain things you have to take on within, it involves tears. It involves hugging your inner child. It involves, saying sorry to yourself even, or, you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm out of it. It involves being softer, okay? Especially when it comes to childhood things that you weren't able to control. All right? Magician reverse with this Five of Pentacles and this High Priestess reverse. This is what you're doing right now. Not saying that the way you're doing shadow work is bad, because that's usually how I do it, just full on, I'm a dick, right? But I did experience a sense of balance this morning. Like I said, I'm on this road with you guys. Okay? Without hugging those parts of you, without rubbing and touching those parts of you that you need to be softer towards, those parts of you that were tormented as a child, those parts of you that cried when you felt lonely or abandoned as a child, those parts you need to acknowledge softly. You need to cry. You need to hug a pillow. Hug your child. I don't know. Okay? If you don't do that, and it's always going to go back to, there's always going to be parts of you that's never fully balanced, okay? Male or female. Do you guys understand? I'm so out of it. What's this Emperor reverse and this Knight of Cups reverse? The Moon. Underneath this hard exterior, this hard interior, this dictator, authoritative type shadow work you're doing is secrets that you cannot find doing it that way all the time. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if some of you have, like, let's just say something random, like commitment issues, right? And all you say is, oh, you're a fearful bitch because you have commitment issues, but then you don't look back at the portion of you that got abandoned as a child, or the portion of you that got betrayed from your first love, and that was your first heartbreak, right? You don't look at that part of it. You just look at the issue. You don't look at the reason why. Now, let me break this down, though, okay? Because I don't want people thinking, oh, let's make excuses. No, don't make excuses. Just be kinder in these aspects, and then take it head on. Like, okay, this is what happened. This is why I act like this. Cry about it. But then it's time to put that dictator energy back into the let's shift it. I think that's what needs, okay, getting more info, right? When acknowledging the reasons why you are the way you are, be the feminine, right? But when it's time to make and shift those things, really cause a change within, be a little hard on yourself, be that masculine, right? Now listen, I don't give a fuck. You say, oh, feminines are stronger, masculines, blah, 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 blah. This is just the downloads I'm getting. Do you understand? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you? Okay. Ooh. What's this hard? See? Karmic reverse. There's still something you're not seeing. It's not being gentle enough with certain aspects of yourself, okay? I mean, this one is pretty just short and simple. Not really much more to say, is there? Okay, I looked at this oracle. Let's look at it. Happy, happy, reverse. And it landed right on that area where I said you'll always be confused, conflicted if you don't soften to certain things you're supposed to heal. All right? Between Worlds came out. It's like a lot of us are getting hit with a lot of things, right? A lot of knowledge right now, right? You can't just be gray all the time when it comes to self-improvement. Sometimes you gotta bring a little light and softness into it. That's why everything involves balance. Dark, light. Dark is light, light is dark. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. I swear I'm not high or anything. I feel like I'm dragging my words out. Things have just been really, and not physically, just the spiritual aspect of things recently. Like my meditation this morning was crazy, but let's keep going. To be fair is reverse. Not being fair to yourself. But this is also for people that are too soft on themselves when it comes to shadow work too. That doesn't work either. Okay? So don't take this as an excuse or a way to make an excuse. No, you still got to be fucking harsh on yourself. It's just certain aspects you can't be. All right? And then once you balance that out, look, a change in the wind. Things will start shifting for you a little better. And like I said, things are shifting anyway, but there's still some shit inside you need to like cry about, basically. Fun, right? Is that it? Why do I feel the need to pull it? I'm not doing that. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching.